Hey, truth seekers, welcome back. Zach here. I just shared this clip of predictive programming for September 11th from 1989 through the World Wrestling Association. Hulk Hogan and Randy Savage doing the majority of the mocking. If you missed this clip, you want to check this out. In response, somebody said, "Hey, Zach, Hulk Hogan was in the headline for calling Irma victims crybabies." And I said, "Oh, really?" So I wanted to look up the story, and sure enough, here it was. This story came Friday, September 15th, national news story that Hulk Hogan put out some tweets. And as I've been talking about, more and more the news uses Twitter as the source of its stories. And they're using this president, Donald Trump, to really pound that home. And just in case you're new here, before I show you what I'm going to show you about the news coming September 15th, I just want to warm you up to what gematria is. And it's the ancient practice of coding numbers into words. Hebrew, the Hebrew alphabet, it has 10 numerical ciphers behind it. They're considered the foundation of understanding gematria of Hebrew. Those are the numbers behind the letters. The English alphabet is built on the same system. It's not told to the masses. But the entire language is numerically thought out. And with regards to the gematria of Twitter, all of these numbers are so important. But it's the 47 that I want to show you. This is the number of authority. There's 47 degrees on the Freemason compass. I want you to see that the word president is 47 like authority. White House has the gematria of 47, as does the name Trump, as do the initials DC, as does the word government. If you're new here, these four methods are based on the alphabetic order, forwards and backwards. English ordinal is A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, up to Z is 26. Reverse ordinal is Z is 1, A is 26. And reduction, these two reduction methods, this is the alphabetic order forwards, this is the alphabetic order in reverse. And I'll just show you. J is the 10th letter. In reduction, J is worth 1 instead of 10 because it's numerology. 1 plus 0 is 1. K is the 11th letter. In reduction, K is 2 because 1 plus 1 is 2. You see, L is 12. 1 plus 2 is 3. And reverse ordinal is just the alphabetic order in reverse with the same numerology rules. And the formula is to just remember 27 minus the alphabetic order. L is the 12th letter, so 27 minus 12 is 15. It's true for any letter. Let's just go to Q, the 17th letter. 27 minus 17 in reverse, Q is 10. And then the numerology is 1. It's that simple. And again, these methods, so much synchronicity, so much symmetry, so much gematria. Notice Washington, D.C., 187, just like George Washington. Just like ancient accepted Scottish Rite of Freemasonry, which is headquartered in Washington, D.C. for North America. Just like Society of Jesus, the Jesuit order, the Masons within the Catholic Church. D.C. between Virginia and Maryland, Virgin Mary, it used to be the Catholic colony. Trump, a Jesuit. The Pope, a Jesuit. The official name, the Society of Jesus, 187. From the Pope's birthday, December 17th, back to Trump's birthday, June 14th, is a span of 187 days, and not coincidentally. So anyway, this coding of gematria, very important. The powers that shouldn't be who rule over us do everything by the numbers. This story about crybabies came September 15th, 15/9, like 159. In gematria, crybabies, 159. Anytime a word is emphasized, there's coding behind it that syncs with the story, that typically syncs with the date. All of this news is made in accordance with the calendar and the numerology of dates. Friday, September 15th, police officer acquitted for killing of black man in 2011. All day they carried it that way. Police acquitted for killing black man. This comes on the back of all the other media propaganda by the numbers that I've been exposing since 2013. The reason I started making out videos to expose this race war propaganda, this fear-mongering propaganda, this propaganda meant to torment. So September 15th, 15/9, black man. Then Look at this. Scottish Rite 159, just like Donald Trump. This was the date of the false flag in the UK that I did several videos on. Donald Trump, the focus for his tweet about Scotland Yard, Scottish Rite of Freemasonry, Scottish Rite 159, Donald Trump 159. Making big news September 15th in the US, the false flag in the UK, the majority of the news coverage was pertaining to Donald Trump's tweet about it, and that's because the story was so ridiculous. Supposedly a bucket bomb went off on a train that didn't even destroy the plastic bucket, that didn't do any damage to the wall right next to it, that didn't break the glass right next to it. Just wait. Here's what else there was from that story. The man who documented the explosion, who got the photos that the media used, look it up. His name is Sylvain Pennick. Just like this. This is the man who captured the image of the bomb September 15th, 159. And the man who they showed in the media who was hurt from the attack, his name was Peter Crowley. Peter Crowley, 159. Aleister Crowley from the UK created the occult religion Thelema, which worships the number 93. This incident came 93 days after the Grenfell Tower fire, which was June 14th. Thelema, if you remember, you're called a Thelemite, which equals 146, like 14/6, the date of the apartment fire. United Kingdom equals 146. So does apartment fire. So does Jesus Christ. So does Capricorn, the astrological symbol where we celebrate the birthday of Jesus. None of this is coincidental. Tropic of Cancer also equals 146. Jesus Christ is astrotheology from these same Masons who want to control our minds and rule over us by the numbers, with tyranny, with deceit, with nonsense, such as a story as believe or you will burn in the hellfire, that God sent a mortal man to earth to die on a cross for your sins, and all you need to do to get your rightful place in heaven is believe. Believe. I'm going to show you something about that. New Testament, 159. How about resurrection, 159? And you know what it's all about? Reincarnate, 54. Just like Son, 54. Just like Jesuit order, the Jesuits, the Society of Jesus. Notice they're also 153, like Holy Bible, the Miraculous Catch. There's so much more. Again, go to my blog. YouTube took down all my content, so my blog is where you got to go back and get the knowledge now, which we're looking at right now. But understand, it's all news by the numbers. It's always been news by the numbers. It's a Bible by the numbers. It's information by the numbers. It's controlling your mind by the numbers, by the laws of Kabbalah, which is biblical. So here's Hulk Hogan being used in the news by the numbers. You know, Mr. Big Macho Man. He's not Randy Savage, but he was in the WWE. Here it is. Crybabies also has the gematria of 84, like Masonry, like Jesuit, like United States of America, like states, like colony. Lord Bacon, Francis Bacon, who is said to be the main architect of the King James Bible. A lot of people think he's William Shakespeare. Psalm 46, the tribute to Shake and Spear, the psalm that leaves 666 chapters remaining in that King James Bible. Anyhow, he went by the title Lord Bacon, and a lot of people say he's responsible for the United States and the colonization scheme. Lord Bacon, who abided by the Gematria Code. You know, it's old world occult knowledge. He was a Freemason and a Rosicrucian. Freemasonry, Rosicrucian both equal 58, like secret society, like United States. King James dead at age 58. Notice Lord Bacon's also 159. You see, the Rosicrucians gave birth to the modern Scottish Rite of Freemasonry. Lord Bacon, perhaps the man, you know, at the center of it all, what we're living out. The one thing he didn't share knowledge about was gematria. People knew he was about it, but he didn't teach them about it. You see? So anyway, if you missed this clip, I'm going to link it down below. You have to watch this. This is from 1989. I want to tell you more about this that I've learned. Of course, 89 is the 11th Fibonacci number. We've always known that. 9/11, the World Trade Centers look like big 11s. They came down on the 11th day of the month in New York, the 11th state. They were hit by AA-11 first, the flight. Buildings 1, 2, and 7 fell that day. 127 is the 31st prime number. Buildings 1, 2, and 7. 31's the 11th prime. 11, the master number in numerology. September 11th leaves 111 days left in the year. New York equals 111. I said in spring training of the 111th, or the year of the 111th World Series, why the Mets would be in the World Series. Everyone laughed at me until the Mets went to the World Series. In Game 3, I said the score would be 3-9. That was the score. You ever seen anybody call the score of a baseball game or who would be in the World Series, the NBA Finals, the Super Bowl, college championships year after year? Never seen it. And look at what Google's done. Deleted all of my content, which proved all this, and now squashes my channel into irrelevance. This is who runs the show. Scottish Rite of Freemasonry is YouTube. YouTube uploaded its first video on the 113th day of the year. Scottish 113. The internet is their territory. They has the same gematria as Freemasonry. Anyhow, in 89, the Royal Rumble, which is the same year as this clip about them saying how they need the Twin Towers to come crumbling down. Let's just watch the end of this. Here, we'll just watch it one more time, True Seeker, real quick.
The mega powers and tear down the Twin Towers.
This man, what were your thoughts then?
Oh yeah, Mean Gene, I can still feel the pain when that cold steel bit into Miss Elizabeth's wrist right there. And when her muscles were torn, my muscles were torn. When her bone was bruised right there, I felt the pain. Hulk Hogan felt the pain, and I can still feel the pain right now. And Hulk Hogan, that pain won't stop until the Twin Towers come crumbling down.
Listen to that evil laugh. It's so sick, man. 1989 right here. Hulk Hogan. 2017 being used to call victims of a hurricane crybabies. See how sick this is, the people who rule over us? Well, anyway, these people also let me know about the tag team Demolition in 89. The same year, the people who started off the Royal Rumble were Demolition. And look at this. Tag team Demolition. Look at tag team 119, like 11/9, the way the majority of the world writes the date, September 11th. Tag team Gematria 41, like Terror. These guys start off the Royal Rumble in 89, the same year as this mocking. And by the way, at the beginning of this clip here, well, let's go back and catch this too.
We're going to have one well of the main event right here after this commercial message. Twin Towers, take it, Mean Gene.
This would be at this time, the Slickster, a key in the African dream and a big boss man. Gentlemen, is this the match you wanted all along, or are you going to continue your terrorist attacks on the mega powers and the defenseless Elizabeth? What do you want?
I mean, that's from the same year as Hulk Hogan. It's from the same night. It's all part of the same show. You know, the Twin Towers, terrorists. They got a police officer beating his cane. Remember, police equals 60. They say 60 police officers died on 9/11 and the attack lasted 102 minutes. Also, 33 like false flag and the World Trade Center stood for 33 years. False flag 174 like New World Order 174. Like number of the beast, which as you know is 666. And check it out. New York with the Sumerian cipher 666. Plus, there's just so much more. That's just the tip of the iceberg. I got the book coming out where you get it all. But anyway, it's always been mocking by the numbers. That's why they did 9/11 on 9/11, the emergency dialing code. Fraternal Order of Police equals 119. 9/11 was a date with 41 numerology like terror, like tag team. Al-Qaeda equals 41 like Saudi Arabia, like USA. Those guys, the Twin Towers, their number one rivals that year was Demolition. Demolition versus the Twin Towers, 89, the same year. These guys say they can't wait until it all comes crumbling down. See what I mean? You see what I mean? Demolition equals 116. Flip it upside down, it is 911. All right, True Seeker, until next time.